What's going on? Welcome back to Normal Baseball. Today we are doing the 2023 San Francisco Giants will be. Let's get into it. What's going on? Welcome back to Normal Baseball. I'm Alex Normal Dog. That's Lewis. And today we are continuing our 2023 team projection will be series. Today we're doing the San Francisco Giants, a team that was third place in the National League West last season. A team that made some moves this offseason. Was in some drama this offseason twice. But yeah, the San Francisco Giants. So basically how these episodes work is we made power rankings a couple weeks ago of every team in baseball. We rated them 1 to 10 on 7 different categories: lineup, bench, defense, rotation, bullpen, coaching, and energy. And we ranked them 1 through 30 based on those rankings. The Giants, the San Francisco Giants, were the 19th best team in baseball, according to our rankings, and the 8th best team in the National League. So the San Francisco Giants. Lewis.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
San Francisco Giants.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. No,
So they finished 81-81 last season.
Mid.
However, the definition of mid, yes, just like the Chicago White Sox. They do, however, I think that people were riding off the high of their 2021 season, where they beat out the Dodgers for the NL West. However, their 2022 season saw a massive fall off, where they finished 81-81, like we just said. And Alex mentioned they were in some controversy, well, not controversy, some drama this season, as well as this off season. And I'm excited to jump into it. So first off, we gave their lineup out of 10. We gave them a 6.8.
6.8. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that is very fair. Maybe a little bit even too high, because
Just better than the Marlins. No, I think it makes sense. I mean, they're not a horrible lineup. You look at some of these names and maybe they're a little iffy to you, like Lamont Wade Jr. might be a little iffy. Thairo Estrada might be a little iffy, although Thairo might be a guy to watch this season. But then you got guys like Jock Peterson, Mitch Haniger, who they picked up, Brandon Crawford, who was good. It's not a bad lineup, but I wouldn't even use the word good to describe it.
yeah.
Like, it is just a very iffy lineup.
Do we say this is a mid lineup?
I want to say that. I feel
But
like it's a
we gave
little
them
worse than
6.8.
mid. Yeah, but it's not. But at the same time, it's not a 5 because, like, you got Conforto, you got Jock, you got Mitch Haniger. Yastrzemski is going to be decent. Like, he's gonna hit the ball. Thairo Estrada is going to be good this season. I can confidently say that. And then Brandon Crawford is a toss-up at this point. He's been good the last couple seasons.
But
we'll see if he can keep it up.
You also have to remember, I think he's very happy in this situation. You can tell that when, we'll just jump right into it, when the Giants nearly signed Carlos Correa, Brandon Crawford had been noted to be saying that although he is accepting of the fact that he would be moving over to third base, he was not looking forward to it. So I can imagine that Brandon Crawford is happy that he's staying at short. So that's the one little positive thing that I would like to take away from this.
Yeah, I feel like even then, like, if he was playing third, I think he would have been fine with it. You got Carlos Correa on your team, which, yes, Carlos Correa was almost a Giant. They had a deal right before the press conference. They called it off.
I mean, the whole situation itself was just absolutely bananas.
It was bananas. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think should Correa be a Giant, this team would look a lot better. Like, I do think that one bat would have helped a lot. But at the same time, if you're a Giants fan, you might be kind of okay with it because you'd rather him not get injured. You'd rather not sign this free agent just for him to get injured, which is the main thing they're worried about. So depends on how you look at it. The one that you can't look at and be happy at all is the Aaron Judge situation. Just physically got outbid by the Yankees. They weren't willing to do what the Yankees offered. I mean, they weren't willing to offer what the Yankees offered. So, lost Aaron Judge, too. Right, even when they thought they got it, the tweet's right behind you, Arson Judge to the Giants. I mean, Arson Judge is still a Giant.
Is it in frame?
Yeah. Arson Judge is still a Giant.
And then we have Arson Judge, actually a photo framed on the, not framed, a photo hanging on the other side of the room. That is Arson Judge, so in a Giants uniform. So Arson Judge is definitely a Giant.
Arson Judge is a Giant, Aaron Judge is a Yankee. But tough offseason for Giants, especially Giants fans.
Yeah.
Thinking they have two superstars and not getting either of them, that's got to be a horrible feeling.
That's heartbreaking.
It is. That's absolutely heartbreaking. But they did get Michael Conforto.
They did.
A guy who did not play last year, obviously, because of an injury. A shoulder injury.
Shoulder injury and then surgery on the shoulder.
Right.
As well.
Injury, yeah. That's that. I mean, yeah, surgery. How he's kind of a, I don't want to say wild card because I think it is safe to assume he'll be pretty good, like as he is most seasons. I think defensively he'll be really good, but as far as the offense goes,
that's a toss-up.
It's a toss-up, but at the same time, like, I feel like we're gonna get a normal Michael Conforto season. Like, I think it's going. I have a feeling that it's going to be on par with how his seasons usually pan out. You know.
Okay.
Like bat around 240, 250, good defense, hit some homers, make yourself a notable part of the lineup.
I will say the thing that I love most about Michael Conforto is the amount of power that he holds for being, just this like 6'1" guy that I feel like if he wanted to, he could hit it out of like any ballpark, which is impressive. However, I don't want to just, especially after the 2022 season and him not playing, I don't want to see him go up there and just swing for the fences.
Yeah.
I would love to see, like you just said, 250-ish average, maybe even like shoot for like 270, because I think that's definitely in there. He's going to be, 30 years old, 29, 30 years old this season. I think we should look for a very, very good season out of Michael Conforto because...
Conforto's 30, yeah.
Yeah, I think that, Is it okay for me to say that, like, the next part of his career will be defined by this season?
Oh, yeah. 100%. I mean, this is the season that says, hey, did that injury affect him to his core?
Yeah.
Like, did that injury affect how he will be as a player for the rest of his career?
Did he make the mistake of not going back to the Mets?
Right, not signing that $18 million, qualifying offer.
Yeah,
yes.
Does he regret not signing that qualifying offer? There's Michael Conforto will be a fun guy to watch. I'm very excited to get to watch him play again because I feel like whenever you go onto social media and you do look up like all the old Mets stuff, you do see Michael Conforto was a very entertainment piece of that New York Mets lineup from their World Series run in 2015 all the way up through the COVID season and into 2021. He was an entertaining piece. He was a lot of fun. He brought a lot of energy to the field and always was passionate about the game. And I really hope that he's still like that when we see him play this upcoming season.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like he will make himself, at least in the past, like he's a name in that lineup. Like when you're thinking of, oh yeah, Mets 2017 lineup, you're gonna go to Michael Conforto.
Yeah.
He makes his presence felt in a lineup, and like you don't forget that he's in that lineup. It's not like a guy that's like, oh yeah, Michael Conforto. I forgot he's on the Giants. If you're a Giants fan, Michael Conforto is one of the first guys you're gonna think of when you look at lineups this season, when you're getting ready for a game this season. Like he will make his presence felt. That is as long as he will stay good, which I think he still will be good this season.
Yeah. I like that. I like it. Let's throw Michael Conforto.
One of the biggest things I'm looking into right now is Joey Bart. Joey Bart is kind of fighting for the everyday catcher role. Obviously, after having a horrible 2022 season in terms of with the bat, Joey Bart in 97 games batted .215, .660 OPS, and his defense wasn't good enough to say it made up for it. So he's kind of fighting for his life in spring training right now. Although in spring training, he is doing pretty good so far. He's in just 3 games. It's a spring training overreaction, but I really like the storyline. Batting 600 with a 2.267 OPS. I enjoy spring training overreactions, and I'm gonna say Joey Bart is going to be working really hard all season to be his best, to be at his best, because I think he knows his job is in jeopardy.
Yes, I agree with you. I do think that even if his job were to, let's just say that like they tell him one more game or else we're gonna have to demote you from the starter, I just don't think that the Giants have it in them. He was the number 2 overall pick in his draft class, and the Giants had been saying, when Buster retires, we're okay. When Buster retires, it's okay. They declined to go after guys in free agency because they believed in this guy so much. And I think at age 25, they're still going to believe in him. And, of course, spring training is showing that he does have a lot of upside. But when opening day hits is when we're really going to be able to tell.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to watching the Giants on opening day. And we're going to be there in person.
Yeah, we are.
So we are going to be watching the Giants on opening day.
Be looking out for 2 guys in very normal attire, normal clothing.
Yeah, we don't wear anything that isn't normal.
Yeah, nothing too special. We don't like to stand out from the bunch.
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
We're just always ripe. We're always, feeling ripe.
Yeah, always feeling ripe, always looking appealing, if you will.
Okay. Yeah, anyway. So that's the Giants lineup. I think we hit the major players there. Thairo Estrada, I want to say one more time, watch out for him this season. Going to be very, very good. And yeah. So, moving on. The San Francisco Giants bench, we gave it a 5.7 out of 10. On the lower side of the benches so far.
Certainly.
But when you look at it, no Darren Ruff anymore. Big hit to their bench and their lineup. Yeah. Darren Ruff is probably the best player in baseball.
Yeah, the 2023 MVP of baseball, some are calling him.
Yeah, he is. But anyway, on their bench, Roberto Perez was a non-roster invitee to spring training. He will probably be making the roster. J.D. Davis, Wilmer Flores, and Austin Slater. They're just a bunch of middle of the road. They're good bench pieces, but they're just relatively. It's it depends,
I think the perfect way to say it is that they are 0.7 better than the most middle of the road bench, and that's exactly the sort.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily a good way to say it. It's a very confusing way to say it.
That's the only way that I can think of saying it because, like you just said, it's nothing special, it's nothing out of this world, but they will be guys who can contribute at a higher level that the Giants are looking to play at because they are a major league ball club.
Yeah, I agree. I realized that I keep raising my arms and yeah. Well, yeah, but you have a shirt on, so. Anyway, that's their bench. There's not much to talk about. A lot of those guys will be playing a decent bit. Like I said in a different episode, I said Austin Slater is probably going to be playing outfield a good bit. So as much as they are their bench listed on Fangraphs, doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be riding the bench all year. So that's that. In terms of their defense, we gave it a 6.9 out of 10.
Nice.
Nice. I like their defense. As long as Jock Peterson's not in it. I'm kidding. Jock is not a great defender, but I think he'll be playing DH. Conforto is a really good defensive outfielder. Thairo Estrada can play short. Brandon Crawford, obviously, really good defensive shortstop. My only issue is Joey Bart. Like I said, not a great defensive catcher. So
I think he's going to. I'm not going to say become a great defensive catcher, but I think he'll improve on his defensive metrics by the end of the season compared to his previous year. Is that okay to say?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I'm going to hold out hope for him.
Okay. I like it. Do you have anything else to say about their defense?
Not really. It just looks solid. I think that they have a bunch of guys going out there to play a good, is this weird to say, a good, honest game of baseball? Where, there's nothing that's going to be done that I feel like this defense can, make the top 10 highlight reel of the week type of thing. But also, they're not going to drop routine fly balls or miss ground
Conforto
balls.
can make a top 10 play.
But I'm not calling it like an everyday regular thing, like an Aaron Judge throw into second type of thing. You know, I just don't think that we're gonna see them be the best, but also they're not gonna be like Swiss cheese, a bunch of holes.
Swiss cheese defense.
Yeah.
It's the worst kind of defense. Yeah, so we gave their defense a 6.9. Nice. Moving on to their rotation. We gave their rotation close to on the higher end, a 7.8, the second highest we've seen so far. It's a good rotation.
Yeah.
You got Logan Webb, Alex Cobb, Sean Manaea, Ross Stripling, and Alex Wood. A lot of names. Good balance between righties and lefties. Obviously, the biggest hit you take is losing Carlos Rodon in the offseason. But that is something you have to get past. And to get past it, they signed Sean Manaea and Ross Striplings.
Which I think is a good
exact same
trade-off.
deal for both of them, too.
Yeah.
I think it's a good trade-off for depth.
Yeah.
But Carlos Rodon is the best left-handed pitcher, one of the best left-handed pitchers in baseball. He's definitely towards the top. So, I don't know. I think it is a hit, but they made up for it decently in that category. Sean Manaea was a little iffy on the Padres. It kind of depended on the start. And Ross Stripling was actually really good last season for the Blue Jays. So, we'll see how that works out. But we did give him a 7.8. We put him on a little higher scale.
Yeah, I think that Sean Manaea's time in San Diego does not describe him as a player, as a pitcher. I think his stats were a little bit overinflated, but going back to the Bay Area, playing basically across the river from his former home of the Athletics ballpark, the Coliseum, I think maybe Sean Manaea will be doing a lot better this season.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I'm rooting for him.
Me too.
Although I am worried because he was an Athletic, very pitcher friendly ballpark, so like a lot of his numbers might be affected. I never said you can't hold out hope. That's very justified. He still is a good pitcher. Logan Webb, I'm also really high on. I think he's gonna have a really, really good season. Only 26. The guy's got a lot of energy in that tank. He's very electric. So I really like Logan Webb for this season.
Agreed.
You want to move on to their bullpen?
Yeah. So the San Francisco Giants, we gave their bullpen a 7.7 out of 10. Their lineup, their rotation,
bullpen.
Third time's a charm. Their bullpen consists of Camilo Duvall, Taylor Rogers, John B., Tyler Rogers, Scott Alexander, Jacob Junis, Sam Long, and Anthony DeSclafani.
John Brebbia, that was.
John Brebbia.
John B.
John B.
So the only addition to this bullpen is, of course, Taylor Rogers, who is now with his twin brother, Tyler Rogers, on this Giants team.
Yeah.
I believe it's only the fourth time this has happened in history where twin brothers have been on the same team. I want to see if they are just hell-bent on outcompeting one another.
Of course they are. They're brothers.
I know, but will that make them play incredibly good?
Yes, and you're going to see if this team does, let's just say, get off to a hot start, dare I say, you're going to see one of them explode in the bullpen after they get pulled for their brother. I cannot imagine what it would be like if, you come in, you're up 3-1 in like the seventh inning, you're like, okay, whatever, I'll get an inning of work. And then, 10 minutes later, you're down by 2, and you're leaving the game with only recording an out, and your brother's walking in. Who? I can't imagine.
Well, at that point, you already gave up the runs.
Right.
So that's your fault.
Yeah, but the team is actively choosing your brother over you when you thought that you were equipped for the situation at hand.
Yeah, I think it will be fun to watch them compete against each other. Do I think they're going to turn into Mariano Rivera? No.
Well,
I don't think so. But I hope they both have the best seasons of their careers.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome, doing it on the same team.
Is if when one of them gets pulled, they just stand there on the mound to wish their brother good luck before leaving the game, with the manager. That would be pretty cool. I think that that's something fun that could happen. You know, some little brotherly banter. Yo, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Bryce Harper, he's taking you deep. But like, prove me wrong. But I hate to break it to you. I saw the script already.
Yeah.
There could be a lot of fun banter that comes out of it. I think that we need a hot mic on one of them at all times, especially if they're in the bullpen together.
Would be kind of funny. It would be fun. Obviously, any brothers on the same team is going to be funny.
Yeah.
Twins or not.
Well, not the Minnesota Twins. Twin brothers.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing if... I'm just looking forward to seeing if there's any interactions and stuff. I'm interested in this story.
Do you think there... my first thought when I saw that Taylor Rogers signed with the Giants is they've had to have a velo competition already, right? They had to have.
I mean, probably at some point in their careers, yeah.
Like no, I'm saying like since the signing, they had to have like in like a closed bullpen session or something, just for the hell of it. That I would pay to see.
Probably.
That'd be fun.
That's pretty much. They also have Luke Jackson in their bullpen, but he is currently injured. He got Tommy John in April of last year, so we're coming up on a year. So he's going to be back very soon.
He'll probably be back in like May.
Probably around there, May, June, yeah. But yeah, we give their bullpen a 7.7. Some good names, some good arms in there. Camilo Doval is definitely someone I'm high on, just even for the future.
Yeah.
He's shown a lot of good stuff. So.
And not even just potential, just like you just said, good stuff.
Yeah, for the future. Yeah. Not even just for this season. I think he'll continue to be good.
I agree.
As far as their coaching goes, we gave them an 8 out of 10. I am very high on Gabe Kapler.
As am I.
I love Gabe Kapler.
Gabe Kapler is a very good manager. I'm excited to see what he can do with this roster.
Yeah. It's an interesting roster. I'm not going to judge him based on how they play because, again, it is a good roster, but not a good roster comparative to what he had in past years. But I am interested to see what he can do. So, we will see at some point this season.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. A couple of most of that was gibberish.
I can tell.
I apologize. I do like Gabe Kapler.
Yeah. I like Gabe Kapler a lot. I'm interested to see what he does with this staff, with this lineup and everything. And, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if this team overperformed expectations just because Gabe Kapler and the rest of his coaching staff seem to be very good at their jobs, which is why they're employed.
So yeah, I was gonna say that's usually how it works, but sometimes you don't have to be good to be employed as a Major League Baseball coach. We've learned that.
True.
It's like when they hired you.
That is true. In my 6 years of running some teams, sure I do have 6 rings, but I'm very controversial.
Finally, for energy, we gave this team a 5.9 out of 10. I don't think they're going to be too energetic this season. They're going to have their moments, but I don't think overall these guys are going to come out every night like, yeah, let's go. Whoa. Yeah,
most of it comes from Logan Webb.
Most of it comes from Logan Webb. Yeah.
Logan Webb is a lot of fun. Jock Peterson is a lot of fun. I mean, he pimps the hell out of home runs, which is just electric. One of the most new age baseball things that is just so much fun to watch. Mitch Haniger, quiet guy. Michael Conforto, I hope that he brings that energy because he's fun to watch when he's playing really well. But besides that, yeah, it's a bunch of, I don't want to say duds, but a bunch of guys who don't really bring the whole electric factory with them.
Yeah, I guess so. That's one way to put it. That seemed so foul. I don't know, whatever. But yeah.
I promise you it wasn't.
Overall, the Giants, we gave them a 48.8 out of the possible 70 points. Yeah, they were the 20th best team, or 19th best team in baseball, 8th best in the National League. I personally think they're going to be worse than people think this season. They were really bad against 3 out of the 4 division opponents that they had last season, which, Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, they did not really play that well against.
Yeah.
But now we get in the fun stuff. Would you like to do your rookie report?
Of course. So the rookie that I would like to shine a little light on today for the San Francisco Giants is ranked 18th in MLB's top 100 prospects going into the season. Obviously, let me just do a quick shout out to Marco Luciano. Luciano. Shout out to him, but I feel like his name is a little bit too well known for me to mention him. My spotlight is going on to Kyle Harrison, left-handed pitcher in the San Francisco Giants organization. He is pretty good. He's currently in Double-A. However, I feel like this upcoming season he's going to start in Triple-A, and we might see him make the jump into the big leagues depending on what's happening with the rotation of the San Francisco Giants. Last year, he pitched in 25 games with a 2.71 ERA, with holding a 1.13 FIP, while only allowing 13 home runs and 79 hits over 113 innings. So pretty solid. His batting average against is .116. So he does have a lot of stuff that is either swing and miss or ground ball type of stuff. Not really a fly ball pitcher for the most part, but he will be exciting to watch in AAA at the start of the season, and depending on what happens, we could see him in the majors towards the middle end of the season.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not on my radar. Glad to hear it.
Mm-hmm. And his just to point out, his strikeout rate in the minor league so far has been 14.8 per 9 innings.
Wow.
So he's pretty good.
That is very good.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the next part we got is MVP for both the hitting side and the pitching side. Who will be the MVP hitter of the Giants this season?
Michael Conforto.
Okay.
And who will be your MVP on the hitter side?
Thairo Estrada.
Thairo Estrada.
I'm high on him.
All right, so let's loop back to you. Who will be your MVP pitcher for the San Francisco Giants?
I'm going to go Camilo Doval.
Okay.
I think he's going to be lockdown.
I'm going to go with Rogers.
Okay. Both?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I think it'll be fun.
Okay. If you get to do two, then I'll add Logan Webb to mine and we'll pretend they're brothers. Logan Webb and Camilo Doval.
All right, Logan Webb and Camilo Doval. Happy to see that the brothers are all back together again.
Now, finally, I'm going to say the San Francisco Giants will be, and you will tell me what place the San Francisco Giants will be in this season. Lewis, the 2023 San Francisco Giants will be in...
Third place.
Third place.
In the National League West.
Okay.
And Alex?
I'm going to... Well, okay. We went with the Diamondbacks to get in third place, so you do have...
Oh, we did?
Wouldn't make sense.
Oh, yeah, then put them fourth.
Yeah, I was going to say fourth, so...
Yeah.
So we're agreeing fourth then?
Yes, go Snakes.
Fourth place, go Snakes. Go Giants. That's how we finish this. Let's go
Giants.
Giants.
Let's go Giants.
Yeah, let's go Giants. Thank you guys for listening, watching, viewing, subscribing. Remember, you guys know your team more than we do. And thank you. And we will see you in the next one. Let's go Giants.
Let's go Giants.
Peace.